Hello students, welcome back to the math class. Today we are going to start in type number 3rd, question number 4 onwards. Already we have finished the question number 1, 2 and 3. In that we have seen the concept of subset. What is a subset? Okay, and how to write down the subset in the given question. So today we are starting now some relative concept of the subset. In this first question today's we shall find out how to find out the subset of a given set. As I told you earlier, subset is a part of a given set. Means for example, suppose if we have given one set is 1, 2, 3. Okay, the elements are given 1, 2, 3. So 1 can be a part of the given set, 2 also can be a part of the given set, and 3 can be also a part of the given set. So similarly, if they are saying you write down all the parts of the subset, then how shall we write down? That we will see here. Okay, so let us start with the concept of subset here. First, we shall see part number 1. They are saying write down all the subset of each of the following set. Okay, so here see how we can write down the subset over here. Remember, since we know that every set is a subset of itself, so my first answer will be the given set itself. Okay, since here we cannot make any part more than this one because the set contain only one element. And second thing, remember, empty set is a subset of every set, so here we shall write down that's why 5. Similarly, second part if I talk about, then we have given that two elements here, a and b. So first of all we shall separately list out one. We shall list out here a, then second one we can write down as b, third one a set itself, okay, because there is no other part, and the fourth one is 5 because remember 5 is a subset of each and every set. Okay, so now 5 will come. Similarly, third one minus 2 comma 3. So first part will be here minus of 2, second part will be here 3, third part will be here minus of 2 comma 3 a set itself, and last part will be here 5. Okay, now let us see some more parts remaining here. Minus 1, 0 and 1. So here we can make first of all three individual parts. First one is minus 1, okay, second one is 0, third one is 1 as we have made last time. But last part we have given only two elements, so with the help of two elements only single parts we can generate, but here there are three elements. So if I take two elements together, then also it is a subset of the given set, like this minus 1 comma 0 also I can take, or else I can take 0 comma 1, or I can take minus 1 comma 0. Okay, so these many parts we can generate, and second last one will be here a set itself minus 1, 0 and then 1, and last one is this one as 5. So total number of set, we count how many we got here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and then 8. I will tell you how to find out the number of subset with the help of given elements. Okay, that we shall see little later. Here we'll try to generate all the set. Now see, in part number 5 we have given only 5. So here our answer can be only 5 because 5 is a subset of itself. Every set is a subset of itself. So therefore, since here only 5 is given, so we can write down with the help of property every set is a subset of itself. So there is only one subset over here, that is 5. Similarly, let us see the next one, 2 comma and then see curly bracket 3 is given. So remember curly bracket 3 is one of the element. Okay, so here my subset will be first one is 2, then if I write down 3, remember in the curly bracket I will write down curly bracket 3. Okay, so here double curly bracket will come, that you need to remember. Okay, because the outside whatever the curly bracket is coming, that is a symbol for subset. Okay, since we are writing as a set over there, that's why we are writing in the curly bracket, and inside the curly bracket is coming along 3, that is a part of the element. The element is defined in such a way it comes along with the curly bracket only. Then we can write down a set 2 comma curly bracket 3, because every set is a subset of itself, and last one is 5. Okay, so these are the 4 elements we can say are the subset of set E. Then let us see the part number 7. Now see, seventh one is little interesting over here. 3, 4, and then can you tell me the third element, or if you can say fourth element? According to me, what is my first element here? 3 is my first element, then 4 is my second element, and remember curly bracket 5 comma 6 will be the third element over here. So remember, in this set we have given that only 3 elements, 5 comma 6 along with the curly bracket, wherever they will go, they all go together, because 5 comma 6 along with the curly bracket is one single element. Okay, like 3 and 4. 3 is one element, 4 is another element, and 5 comma 6 along with the curly bracket is the third element. Okay, so see how shall we write down the subset. First of all, I am taking single element. So first, for example, I have taken 3, this is one of the subset. Then I have taken 4, this is second subset. Then I have taken 5 comma 6. But remember, since 5 comma 6 is along with the curly bracket, so here curly bracket we have to apply 2 times. Okay, then I will make a pair of the elements. So along with 3 I have taken 4. So 3 comma 4 is one of the subset. Along with 3 now I will take 5 comma 6, right? And along with 4 now I will take 5 comma 6. So in the curly bracket I will write down 4, then 5 comma 6 will come in the bracket, and then bracket close. So see, here I have made single element, then I have made two elements. Now it will come all the 3 elements. So every set is a subset of itself. So 3 comma 4, then curly bracket 5 comma 6, and then bracket close. Last one is 5 over here. Okay, so these are the subset of a given set. Students, one thing remember, here I can say that 3 is belonging to the set G because it is an element. 4 is belong to the set G. Okay, similarly when I will write down curly bracket 5 comma 6, then I will say that it is also belong to the set G. Remember, 5 comma 6 along with the curly bracket is a complete element, and hence it will be coming with the symbol of belongs to. But when I will write down set subset symbol here, like 3 I am writing in the curly bracket, it will become the subset. So I can say that it will be a subset of G. Similarly, 4 will be a subset of G, that you remember. Okay, and same way if I want to write down 5 comma 6 along with the curly bracket in the form of subset, then I will put up here symbol of subset 2 times. Okay, that you need to remember in upcoming question. Then only we can write down this one as subset of G. If suppose I write down only 5 comma 6 and then I say it is a subset of G, so that will be false relation. Okay, remember this is a false relation we can see. So here one thing you need to remember, how to write down an element and the subset with the relation of given set. Such kind of question already we have covered in the past, and one more question in today's session I am taking. Okay, so now let us see some of the definitions I am taking, and then we shall proceed to the questions. So let us see the first definition. Already what is the subset definition, that I have made you clear. Okay, So now let us see some 2-3 definitions are given to us. The first definition is given here of superset. So superset means what actually? See, in the definition it is written, if A is a subset of B. Normally we say a relation from A to B and we say that A is a subset of B. Then what B called exactly towards A? So B will be called as here superset of A, and we write down in this manner. As you can see the symbol, the opposite sign of the subset. Okay. So see, suppose if I say A is equal to A is equal to 1 comma 2 and B is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. So observe here what we can say that A is subset of B. Okay, in the language or in the mathematical notation we'll write down in this manner. But suppose that the same relation I want to express from B to A. How shall I express here? I will write down here B is superset of A. Okay, right? So relation is same, only how you are going to express from one set to another, that is the difference of the terms will come. Okay, so here A will be a subset of B while B will be a superset of A. Now let us see the second definition. The second definition is proper subset. Proper subset means what actually? See, normally suppose if I say I have one set over here, A is equal to A comma B. So if I want to list out all the subset over here, then I will write down A, then I will write down here B, right? Then I will write down here A comma B, and then I will write doun here 5, right? So these are the total 4 subset I will write down. First of all, I will try to make the pair with the given elements, since here only 2 elements are given. So initially I can take single element. If I form the pair, it will become the full set, and finally 5 will come because every empty set is a subset of the given set. So here they are saying in the proper subset, if you do not consider the given set, because normally we say that every set is a subset of itself, but that is improper subset. Okay, so if I do not take any in the set as a subset over there, then remaining subset will be called as the proper subset of the given set A. Same way the definition is given. If A is subset of B but A is not equal to B, then A is called as the proper subset of B. Means here we will say the curly bracket A is a proper subset, curly bracket B is a proper subset, even 5 also we can say. But A comma B will not be a proper subset of B. That you need to remember. So each and every subset is proper except the set itself. That we can say, we can conclude over here. We can say for each and every set, whatever the subset you are listing out, every subset is proper except the subset you are writing as a set itself. Okay, so if a set only you have mentioned as a subset over there, that will not be a proper subset. Remaining all will be a proper subset. One remark is given here: if there exists even a single element in A which is not in B, then A is not a subset of B. Then we write down A not subset of B. Means all the elements of A should lie in B, then only we can say that it is a subset. Otherwise, we shall not see. So they are just saying how to express this relation. So not a subset symbol they have shown here. Okay. Now let us see one easy concept here: interval as a subset of R. You know that in a subset we can write down the range of the values over there. This range of the values we can express in the form of interval, in the form of square and open bracket. Okay, so let us see how we can express over here. For example, suppose if I say I have one set over here, A is equal to values I am taking in the curly bracket 2, then suppose sorry, I will write down in the language form, then it will be more clear to you. A is equal to x such that x is, or we can say x belong to R, and the value of x is more than or equal to 2, and the value of x is less than or equal to 3. Yes. Now see how this relation we can write down. This is one of the set is given. X is any real number. Okay. And the value of x, if I say it is less than, sorry, I wrote wrong actually. This will be x is more than or equal to 2 should come. So please consider x is more than or equal to 2. Huh? This one is more than or equal to 2. It is better. We can rub this one. Here, suppose a condition I am taking x is more than or equal to 2 and less than or equal to 3. So what can be the possible values here? First of all, the least possible value will be here 2, because x can be more than or equal to 2. Then after 2, any value you can think which is less than or equal to 3. For example, 2.1, 2.01, 2.2, 2.3, 2.31. There are many values. Actually, it will come infinite number of values which can lie in the set A. Now see, this value we can write down in the form of interval. Okay. Now intervals can be of 4 types. One can be, means basically it can be 3 types only. One can be closed interval, second one can be open interval, and third one which can have 2 more intervals over there. So we can say the third one is semi-open or semi-closed interval. How it is, see how we can define it. That 2 intervals, as you can see on the screen, they are saying right half open interval and left half open interval. I will explain you all of them one by one. For example, suppose they are saying the value of x is more than or equal to a but less than and equal to b. Same as the things I have given here. X is more than or equal to a. My a is here 2 and less than or equal to b. So in this case, I will write down close interval a comma b. It shows a and b both are included, means the value of x will start from a and with b, and the values lie between a and b. Okay, so between 2 and 3, whichever the values are lying, that is also the value of x including 2 and 3. But suppose if the same condition I write down in this manner, means x belong to R will be same, but if I say x is more than 2 and the value of x is less than 3. So in that case, I will write down with the open interval 2 comma 3. This one is curly bracket will not come. So here 2 comma 3 square bracket will come. Okay. And there it will come open bracket 2 comma 3. So if it is a open bracket 2 comma 3 is given, means here 2 and 3 will not be included. Means the value will be here more than 2. More than 2, you can take any value. For example, 2.01. Even 2.001 also can be taken. Okay, and similarly the value can be considered at the higher most below 3, means 2.99 or 2.999 can be also possible, whichever the maximum value you can think of. Okay, but it will not be equal to 2 and 3, means 2 and 3 will not be taken, while here in the square bracket 2 and 3 would be taken. Similarly, if I say x is more than or equal to 2 but the value of x is less than 3. So here they are saying the value will include 2 and the higher value, but 3 will not come. That is called as here we can say right half open interval. So here I will say 2 will come in the closed interval and 3 will come in the open interval. This is the mixed interval they are saying. So observe the third point. They are saying over here the value of x is more than or equal to a and the value of x is less than b. So in that case, you see, since it is more than or equal to a, that's why on a it is coming close interval, and since it is lesser than b, not equal to that, so we are getting the open interval on b. It means that it will include the value 2, then 2.01, 2.2, 2.3, so on till 2.9, 2.9, 2.99, but 3 will not be there. Okay. Similarly, if I say the value will not be including a, but it will be including b, so in that case the interval will come in this manner. Means in this manner 2 will not come, 2 point something you can take, dash dash dash, you can take the value till 3. Okay. So wherever they are applying the close interval, that value will be included, and wherever they are not applying the close interval, value will not be there, means that value we shall discard. Now the same relation we can express by the figure also on number line. For example, look at the first figure. In this first figure you observe a comma b is given along with the square bracket. Okay, so on a they are making the dot completely filled over there. Same way the b they are making the dot completely filled. Means suppose if I draw a line and I want to show on that a over there, so a I will make it completely filled. This is my a, and same way here also I will make b. But suppose that if both are coming in the open interval, then we shall make a blank dot. Okay, you can see the difference. Here it is completely filled and this one is blank. Same way you see here a is coming along with the closed bracket and b is coming along with the open bracket. So a is completely filled while b is having the blank or the white dot. Same way the fourth relation is given to us. Okay, so I hope the question of intervals, means the definitions, are clear to you. However, these questions are very simple. Okay, it comes hardly for 1 mark. You see, from last 5-10 minutes we are discussing only about the intervals, but the weightage of these questions are very less in the examination. However, this all things whatever I have explained to you, it will be helpful for us finding the range or domain in the questions of relation and function in chapter number 2. On that time this number line plays a very important role. Okay, so on that time you will realize this intervals, close, open. Okay, this all things you will come to know in a proper manner when we will start the chapter of relation functions. In that we shall find out the range of the function. Very important topic. Okay, so on that time this all things will be more and more clear to you. Now see what is given meaning of power set. This diagram has come again over here, so it is better we can remove it. This is not required. Yes, so what is the meaning of power set? That last definition we shall discuss for the topic number 3rd. Power set means the set of all subset. Means if you collect all the subset of a given set, that will be called as the power set. Okay, for example, I will give you a short example here because we have to start the question also. So suppose if I take a is equal to 1 comma 2, two elements are given. So now can you tell me what are the subsets can be possible? One is 1, second one is 2, then third one is 1 comma 2, and last one is 5. Okay, remember you have to take the all subset. They are not saying proper or improper subset, so don't be confused in that. Okay, you have to take all subset of the given set and make a list of that subset as a one of the relations. Suppose I say this symbol as power set of A is equal to, and in the curly bracket I write down all the subset over there. So this all subset will be actually the element of the power set of A. So power set of A is again one another set which include all the subset of A over there. So power set is nothing, collection of all the subset of a given set in the form of the set. And one more thing is given here, how many elements will be in the power set of A, that how we can find out. See here the elements in the A, I can say the total number of elements over here will be 2. Okay, observe the relation. And same way in the power set of A, the total number of elements will be 4. So can we have any formula, or can we formulate these things to find out the number of elements in the power set? Definitely. The relation is given over here, that is 2 to the power m. So 2 to the power m means m is what here? The number of element in set A. So tell me, suppose if I say here how many elements in set A over there? 2 elements. So I will write down here 2 to the power 2 will be equal to 4. So we can say that the number of element in the power set will be equal to 4. Actually, this formula is not designed only for finding the power set. You can find out the number of subset with the help of given set. I will show you one more example to make you clear about this. Suppose if I take here one set B, and if I take 3 elements in B, A, B and then C. Okay, so if I say list out all the subset over there, so what you will write down here? First one is A, second one is B. Okay, single element you will take first, then you will take two elements. So one is A comma B, second one is B comma C, and last one you will take C comma A or A comma C, that is whatever you like it. And similarly the last one is A comma B comma C, sorry, second last is A comma B comma C, and last one is 5. Okay, now observe the relation. Here total number of elements we have given 3, and here how many total number of subset we got? Count 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7 and then 8. So we got total number of elements are here 8. We have given that a direct formula here, the number of subsets will be equal to 2 to the power m, where m is the number of element in a given set. So in the given set how many elements are given? 3. So if I put up here 2 to the power 3, then it will become 8, which is already we got by counting them manually. Okay, but these things we can formulate also, and we can easily find out how many subset will be there. For example, suppose if I say in a set there are total 4 elements, so how many subset will be there? 2 to the power 4 means here it can be 16. Suppose in the examination if they ask number of proper subset, okay, suppose if they ask, here I have told you the formula for only subset, but if they ask what is the number of proper subset, so see, as I told you earlier, all subsets are proper except the set itself. Means here we can say that here the A comma B comma C is not proper, and each and every one is proper over there. Okay, so out of 8 you can subtract 1, or out of 16 you can subtract 1 over there. So we can say that the number of proper set is here 15, and here it will be 7. So what can be the formula for this? The formula will be 2 to the power m minus 1. This is your formula for number of proper subset of a given set. If they are not talking about proper, then you include the set itself also as a subset. Okay, students, so this is clear. I hope in this question, so in this definition, we can say yes, all definitions we have covered in a proper manner. We have taken some time, but now I think when we shall start the question, the things will be clear to you more. Now let us see one question based on this. I am taking now type number 3rd, question number 5. Okay, and one more thing, please try the NCERT question along with this. This question I am taking from the reference book R.S. Agrawal. If you require the soft copy of that book also, I can send you, so you can try the solved example given in the book also. But along with that, NCERT textbook also you try to cover up. Okay, so let us see the question number 5. In the fifth question, they are saying express each of the following set as an interval. Okay, so just now we have done the topic of interval. So directly how we can express. First of all, pay attention on this particular inequality. Here tell me, do we have given the symbol of less than or equal to? No, we have given the symbol of only less than. So here both the terms minus 4 and 0 will come as a open interval. So we shall write down minus 4 comma 0 as an open interval. Okay. If symbol of less than or equal to given, then we shall write down along with the close interval. Close and open, what does it mean? That I have made you very clear. Okay, similarly see the second one. Here 0 is given with the close interval and 3 will be given as a open interval. So we shall write down here close interval 0 and then comma 3 open interval. Right. C part, they are giving us 2 as a open interval while 6 as a close interval. So 2 will be open interval comma 6 will be the close interval. Similarly, next one is minus 5 will be the close interval. Okay, comma 2 will be also close interval. Similarly, next one is C, minus 3 will be the close interval, right, and 2 will be the open interval. And the last one, minus of 2 will be the close interval while 0 will be the open interval. So that much only in the answer you need to mention, because they are saying to express the answer in the form of interval. Now let us see the type number 3, sixth question, just opposite to the question we have covered. Now they are giving the question in the form of interval and we need to write down in the form of set builder form. Okay, so see how we can write down. First of all, we shall write down the name of our set, that is A. So A will be equal to curly bracket open x such that x belong to real number. Here remember, all the elements will belong to the set of real number because they are given in the form of interval, and normally in the interval it contains infinite number of values. That's why only we use the interval. Okay, if some specific values are there, then why shall we use it? So range is given minus 2 to 3, all values we are going to cover. However, it may not cover minus 2 or 3 or both. So as you can see, since it is given open interval, so we can say that minus of 2 will be less than x. We shall not apply the sign of equal to, less than 3. It shows minus 2 and 3 will not be covered in the interval, but the values coming between minus 2 and 3 would be covered. Similarly, 4 comma 10. So in this I can say set B is equal to x such that x belong to R, and see it is given in the closed interval. So 4 will be less than or equal to x, less than or equal to 10. Okay, so in both the cases we shall apply the symbol of less than equal to. One more example, C. C will be equal to, I can say y such that y belong to R. You can change the symbol of element. In place of x you can take y also. Y belong to R, and observe minus 1 is given along with the close. So minus 1 less than or equal to y and less than 8. Okay, 8 will not come with the symbol of equal to. So shall I explain you all the questions? I don't think now you required all the explanation of the remaining part. That you can do it by your own. The assignment I am sending you, you can check the answer with the help of this. I hope easily you can write down the remaining parts. So we shall go now quickly to the next question. So topic number 3. Now I am taking the question number 7. So see, in the seventh question what they are saying, if A is equal to curly bracket 3 comma, then again in the curly bracket we have given 4 comma 5 and then 6 is given. So which statements are true and which are false, that we need to find out. Before I start the question, once again I will make you clear, the elements and the subset. Okay, suppose if I classify here the elements, so who are my elements of the set A? One is 3, second one is 4 comma 5 along with the curly bracket, remember it is defined like that only, and third one is 6. Wherever the element will come, symbol of belongs to comes along with the elements. Okay, and if I list out here subset, I am not listing out all the subset, whichever are essential that I am listing out. Okay, so 3 if I write down in the curly bracket, it will become a subset. Same way 4 comma 5 along with the curly bracket itself is an element. So if I want to express them in the form of subset, I will apply the double curly bracket. Okay, because one curly bracket is given along with the elements itself. Okay, so that's why to write down in the subset, we write down any element along with the curly bracket as in the form of subset over here. That's why 4 comma 5 along with the curly bracket, again it will come in the curly bracket to form in the form of subset. Okay, similarly 6 is an element, so 6 I will write down in the curly bracket to show it is a subset. So this will be also subset. Okay, suppose if I write down some more example, if I make a combination of two elements, so see subset example, some more you can see. Suppose if you write down 3 comma 4, so sorry 3 comma 6, we can say 3 comma 6 if you write down, yes it is forming a subset. But suppose that if you write down 3 comma 4, so observe 4 is not an element of the given set. Along with 4 who is coming? 5, and along with 4 and 5 who is coming? Curly bracket. So whenever 4, 5 and curly bracket along they will write down, they will form an element. So suppose if I want to write down 3 and then 4 comma 5, I will write down in this manner: 3 then comma curly bracket 4 comma 5. We can say that it is also a subset where 3 is an element and 4 comma 5 along with the curly bracket is also an element. Okay, so now I hope the things are more clear to you about these notations. Let us start the first question. Now see the first question. They are asking 4 comma 5 along with the curly bracket is subset of A. Just now you see I have written here 4 comma 5. If I am writing in the form of subset over here, then I will write down along with the double curly bracket, because one curly bracket is already defined with 4 comma 5 as an element. So if I want to write down along with the subset, then one more curly bracket will come, means total 2 curly brackets will come over there. So we can say that false. You can say since 4 comma 5 along with the curly bracket is an element of set A. Okay, similarly 4 comma 5 belong to A, true. Reason if required we can give: it is well defined element, well defined element of set A, right? So reasons can be given by your own also. Okay, sometimes the language you can use different also, that doesn't matter. Okay, but meaning will be same only. Now see the part number third. 4 comma 5 along with the double curly bracket is a subset of A. So just now I have explained you. So this statement will be, we can say, true. What you can say here, the reason can be given because it is a subset of set A. Okay, because it is a subset, yes, that is true. 4 belongs to A, that is false, because 4 is coming along with 5 and 4 comma 5 along with the curly bracket is an element. False, because we can say 4 does not belong to A, or 4 is not an element of set A. Curly bracket 3 is a subset of A. Yes, you can check here. We have mentioned earlier curly bracket 3 is a subset of A. Look at the subset column. Okay, right? So here we can say that yes, it is true. So here you can write down the answer true because it is a subset of set A, that you can write down. Okay. So now reason, I am not wasting time on writing the reasons. Now similarly see the part number 6. Phi along with the curly bracket is a subset of A. I have told you earlier, phi doesn't require any bodyguard, means phi doesn't require any curly bracket. Okay, so phi is only coming along, phi is not coming along with the curly bracket here. So remember, this will be a false statement, we can say, and phi subset of A given down will be a true statement. This is true. Okay, you can say that since phi will be a subset of any set, so we can say here part number 7 will be true while part number 6 will be false. Now 3, 4, 5 is a subset of A. You can say that since 4, 5 do not belong to set A. Therefore, the given statement is here false, because see, if we are forming the subset, then whatever this in the subset we are writing as a member, that should be the element of the given set. 3 is an element, but 4 individually or 5 separately is not an element. 4, 5 together along with the curly bracket, they are forming the one element. Okay, so this statement will be false. And last one, see 3, 6, we can check 3, 6, we have given that two separate element of the given set. Check once. Yes, see here 3 is given one element and 6 is also given another element. So when we are talking 3 and 6 together, they can form a subset over there because their two are different elements. So when two elements I am writing in the curly bracket, they will be the subset of the given set. So this statement will be true over here. So such kind of question can be asked to you in the examination as a true or false. If they're asking in 1 mark, they can ask you the reason also for that. So in that case, whatever the most probable answer you find it, or according to you logically, yes, this can be the answer for the question will be true or false, you can provide by your own on that time. Okay. Now let us see the next question I am taking. Question number 8, 9 and 10. Okay, let us finish quickly 8, 9 and 10. Then question number 11 onwards, I will take it afterwards. Okay, so these three questions are very small. We can finish it quickly. See the question number 8. They are saying A is equal to A comma B comma C. Then find the power set of A and the number of element in the power set of A. So see, first of all, I will list out here all the elements of power set of A. So power set of A will be equal to curly bracket because I will write down all the elements. Remember, the element of the power set of A will be all the subset of set A. So we shall write down all the subset of set A. First we shall write down single elements, means A, then I will write down B, then I will write down C. Okay, then I will write down A comma B, then I will write down B comma C, and then I will write down C comma E. Last it will come A comma B comma C, all the three elements, right? And finally it will come only 5. Okay, then they are asking the number of element in the power set of A. Do not count manually, please use the formula which is given to you. So formula is 2 to the power m. What is m here? M will be the number of elements. Okay, so here we shall write down the number of elements of set A. So how many elements are given in set A? That is 3. So I will write down here 2 to the power 3. It will be equal to 8. Right, students? This is also, I think, a simple question for you. Let us solve quickly the question number 9. Now remember, in the ninth question, why I am explaining you, because again it is a confusing manner given to us, 2 comma 3 in the curly bracket. But now I think it is clear to you, 2 comma 3 along with the curly bracket is your second element. Okay, and 1, only 1 will be your first element. Okay, so when I am writing in the power set of A, so I need to write down all the subset here. Okay, so first subset will be, I will take 1 element, means 1 will come. Then I will take the second element in the curly bracket. Who is my second element? That is curly bracket 2 comma 3, right? And then I will take both the elements, because only two elements are given. So firstly I have taken separately both the elements. Now I will take both of them. So here in the curly bracket I will write down 1, then curly bracket 2 comma 3, that is second element, and then curly bracket close, and last one is here 5. So here if I want to find out the number of element in power set of A, so that would be 2 to the power m. So what is the value of m here? Value of m is 2. How many elements are given in set? One is 1 and second one is curly bracket 2 comma 3. So I can say that the value of m is here 2. So 2 to the power 2 will be equal to 4, and you can count the total elements I have written here 4 only. First one is 1, second one is 2 comma 3 in the curly bracket, double curly bracket, third one is 1 comma and 2 comma 3, and the fourth one is 5. Okay, let us solve quickly the last question. Last question, I think one mistake there we have done. A is given equal to 5. Here f is written by mistakenly. Okay, so please consider A is equal to 5. Value of A is given as an empty set. Then they are asking the number of power set. Suppose in that case I write down the value of power set. Okay, so I need to list out here all the elements of, sorry, all the subset of set A that I need to list out. Since there is no element, so subset of A will be only one, that is 5. So how many elements are coming in P of A? That is 1. So number of elements of power set of A, directly you can say 1, or if you want to use the formula 2 to the power m, so it will be 2 to the power, in value of m, since there is no element in A we have given, I will write down here 0, and 2 to the power 0 will be equal to 1. So directly also can be written 1 here, or else if you use a proper method and all the question you are solving in the same manner, then you will use the formula 2 to the power m, and the value of m we can put up here 0, because A do not have any elements. Okay, so students, we have finished till here question number 10. Now next time in the next session we shall cover up definitely the type number 3, and then I will give you some fundamentals of type number 4 also. Okay, in the type number 4 now we shall learn some union, intersection and the universal set. Okay, so next time we shall start that fundamental also, but remember we need to finish some more questions in type number 3 as well. Okay, so next time we shall see that all. Thank you.